Fyrinnae. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a video on my highlighter collection. Now I don't have like a super huge collection of highlighters. I pretty much have what I would consider to be a modest size collection. I never really got into collecting highlighters. Every now and then I pick one or two up, especially from indie brands. So I have like a decent size, and honestly it's grown more so in the last couple of weeks than anything. I used to pretty much only have one or two highlighters that I relied on, and now I have more with more color options and everything. And since highlighters are kind of like a big deal right now, I figured I'd go ahead and show you guys what I have, what I like, and kind of give you feedback on like the things that I don't like as much or colors that I reach for more often. So all of them are down here like usual. I'm just going to grab from here and we're going to go from there, I guess. So my first one that I have to share with you guys is from Hello Waffle. And it is like a cream color with a purplish sheen, and it's very aptly called Lavender Cream. Now, Hello Waffle is on hiatus right now, so this isn't necessarily super readily available. I got this from Femme Fatale because they stock them, and I mean, I don't think it's available anymore. I think they ran out, but when Hello Waffle is supposed to open, I think around October, it would definitely be worth checking out. This is what it looks like just swatched on my hand. I don't know if you can kind of see that purplish pearlescent quality it has to it. Here's a little quick swatch for you. Just a cream, kind of metallic highlight with a purplish sheen. It's one of my favorites. You can definitely sheer it out to get a more natural look. You get quite a bit of product in this one. It is a loose powder, so they're a little more, messy. But let's see. Oh, it doesn't tell me how many ounces. But it's a decent amount. You really don't need much with powders. So I really like this one. The next one I have is the one that, I've shown this in a couple videos now, I think. It's my MAC Lightscapade Mineralized Skin Finish. I bought this a while ago. You can see, like, the fact that it's not domed anymore means I've used it so much. You can see, actually, some, like, holes up here that have started to show through because I've started to hit like pan on it almost, I guess, in that sense. It is a baked powder with a marbled kind of finish here. It has some veining of blue, orange almost, yellowish, beige, and a pink. So when you swirl it all together, you get a really beautiful kind of subtle look. This is what it looks like, is right there. Just kind of a nice subtle shimmer. It's right here. It just blends really nicely into my skin tone and is a perfect highlight for fair-skinned ladies or men. It's just, honestly, it's just something that's really nice and natural, but I can build it up if I want a little extra something. Yeah, it's not bad. I've used it a lot. I started to get interested in it when Hayley Williams from Paramore put out a collection with MAC, and this was one of the products that she really wanted to be brought back. So I like this a lot. I'll be sad when I'm out of it, but I found some nice highlighters that I like, a little bit better. I have another one from MAC, and this is from the Rocky Horror Picture Show collection, although this is a permanent product. And this is going to be Bone Beige from the Bone Beige and Emphasized powder. It's this one right here. It's pretty much matte. You can really see there's not much shimmer to it. If anything, it's just a satin. And it's like a matte cream color. There it is. It just gives a really nice natural look. Just kind of bringing forward your cheekbones without adding much shimmer. I was using this a lot when I first got it, and I was also using this for contour, which to me now it's pretty brown. I've been using a gray contour for a while, so that's kind of a little brown for me. But the highlighting powder is still really nice, and I will never get rid of this compact because, it's Rocky Horror Picture Show. So, alright, so the next one I have here is from Shiro Cosmetics, and this is called Love at First Glance. I've talked about this one before too. I love this highlighter. It's from their NSYNC collection, like Battle of the Boy Bands, I think it was called. And this is kind of what the color looks like in the pan. It's kind of a pinky champagne, and it's a really nice buildable highlight. Looks like that, just pink champagne, and you can really like sheer it out or build it up, and it applies really well with my small stipple brush from e.l.f., which is my go-to like highlighter brush. So Next I have the massive Jeffree Star Skin Frost in Ice Cold. After using it a little bit more, I don't like it as much as I initially did, but every now and then when I want something super shimmery, I'll pull this guy out. I will say I love using the compact just because the mirror is so huge and it's pretty hefty that I like using this to apply other makeup. And like, you know, because I've mentioned in another video, I have to kind of stand by my window and do this number. And this works really well for that. So you can see that this one is very dense, very pigmented, almost has that cream texture, and there it is right there, very metallic, very shimmery. I definitely have to be in the right mood to wear this. This is not an everyday highlighter for me. And I either use my small stipple brush to apply it, but recently I've been using my finger to just kind of pat it on like this and then blend. Because of that creamish texture, it applies better with the finger, I think. Okay, I also got the Sleek highlighting palette, the Solstice one that everybody's been talking about. It has 4 highlighters in here, and I've used it quite a bit because I bought it right before my conference, and so I used it a lot there. There's one cream, which is like a champagne. There's a purplish pink, which is one of my favorites. There's a kind of, I don't know, tannish gold, and then this peachy color here. So they're really pretty. I like the cream one because I don't really have a lot of cream highlighters, and that one looks like that right there. Just a nice champagne. It really blends in nicely to the skin. Doesn't emphasize any dry skin or pores or anything. It's really, really forgiving. The purple is probably my favorite though because I love purple. And it's a purpley pink shade that actually looks pretty natural when you blend it in, but you can make it have more of an impact if you want. The gold I haven't worn yet. It's right there, pretty subtle. And then here again is that peach shade, and find a spot to swatch it right here. You can definitely see that this one's pretty metallic and definitely has more color to it than some of the other ones. This has quite a, packs quite a punch for the price. I think it was around like 15 euros. I know you can get it on Amazon, it's like $25. Would I have necessarily paid that much in the United States? No, but it was the last one that they had at the Sephora in Paris, and so I grabbed it because everybody's been talking about it and I wanted to give it a shot. And it definitely did its job when I was, away from my whole makeup collection. It definitely did its job to give me some more options. Let's see, I have a couple from Notoriously Morbid, and these were from a Harry Potter collection. This one's called Wood Nymph, and this is like a mini size. I don't know if these are actually available anymore, but this one is a really good dupe for some of the shades in the Anastasia Moonchild kit. This one is a purplish one. I don't know if you can see it on my wrist. It's very close to Lavender Cream from Hello Waffle. You can kind of see the pinkish purple sheen in the cap. This one would be a good alternative to Horseshoe, Purple Horseshoe, or the Pink Heart in Anastasia at Beverly Hills. This one is called Bow Truckle, and it's the green. This is a really, really close dupe, in my opinion, to Lucky Clover from the Anastasia Beverly Hills. You can kind of see that lime. Let me see if I can swatch it better over here. You can see that lime quality to it that looks really similar to Lucky Clover. And these have a really nice soft texture, and they're very buildable as well. And the last one from Notoriously Morbid is called Vila, and this one is close to Blue Ice, I think it's called, from the Anastasia Beverly Hills kit. It looks like that. It has just a cream base with a really, really blue shift right there. It's really hard to see with all the highlighters on my hand, but you can look in the cap and kind of see that bluish sheen that it has. It's really beautiful. These are all really nice. I know that Notoriously Morbid has permanent shades that have been really highly talked about. Fyrinnae, across various platforms, has talked about, I think it's called Osteomancy, and it's one of their highlighters, and I've heard really great things about that, in addition to other cheek and face products from Notoriously Morbid. So definitely check those out if you're interested. I have 2 from Fyrinnae, and these are actually, I think, free samples. This one is Confidence, and it's a very beautiful baby pink highlighter. Let me see if I can go ahead and swatch it over here. There it is. It's, where'd it go? Right there. It's a baby pink with almost like a, I don't know, like a bluish sheen. Really beautiful on the cheeks. It goes on pretty subtle. They have some really beautiful highlighters and good options for different skin tones. I highly recommend them. And this one is technically a highlighter, but I used it as a contour for a while. It's called Penguin. And it looks kind of like a purplish gray shade, which is definitely why I chose to use it as a contour instead, because you can see on my finger it's pretty dark, but it's marketed from them as a highlighter. But they said that for paler people, this can definitely be used as a contour, and that's what I used it for. But I think it would be beautiful on women of darker skin tones to try this out as a highlighter, because it definitely has a really cool like purplish gray sheen to it. Then I have, of course, what I just did a review on, the Anastasia Moonchild kit, the one that I've been talking about the dupes for. And it has these 6 shades in it: Blue Ice, Star, Purple Horseshoe, Pink Heart, Lucky Clover, and Blue Moon. And they're all really beautiful, gorgeous sheen. I'm not going to do swatches of these because I just did in that video, but they are beautiful kind of duochrome shades that can be built up or worn pretty subtly, and that's why I really love this. Okay, just a couple more here. This one is from Bitter Lace Beauty, and I don't have a palette to put it in, so I've kept it in its little container. These are the same people who created the rainbow highlighter, the original. I got this a couple weeks before that even became like a thing. This is Unbirthday. I love Alice in Wonderland, so I had to have this one because it was called Unbirthday. And it really reminds me of MAC's Lightscapade, except much more intensely pigmented. But it has that similar veining of like blue, pink, gold, you know, that whole theme. And it swatches really interestingly. It comes off as this like pinkish champagne, but if you really focus on the certain colors, you can see you can really get that blue to show up right next to it, the blue. It's a little too intense for me to use on a daily basis, but every now and then if I want something more intense, I'll pull this out. And then the last thing I have is kind of a highlighter. It's technically called a highlight powder, and it's from MAC. This was from the Wash and Dry collection. It had a gold film on the top that really gave it a nice sheen, but it wears away as you like use the product. So maybe that's where they got the highlight from, to be honest. This to me is more of a blush on my skin tone, but you can probably get away with using this gold as a highlighter if you have darker skin. It's kind of hard to see on me, but there's a little bit of a golden sheen right here. It has a really nice texture, but again, it doesn't really perform as a highlighter on my skin tone. So that's my highlighter collection. I just thought I would do that real quick because highlighters are kind of all the rage right now. And I did want to include a couple alternatives to the Moonchild Glow Kit in case you were looking for 1 or 2 shades instead of like 6 shades of kind of crazy colors. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and that it was somewhat helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you want a review on any particular highlighter, and I can go ahead and do that for you guys. And I will talk to you guys soon.